Hi, hello, how's it going, my dudes? Hopefully everyone's having a good day. It's been a hot second since you've seen me. I've been off on an adventure in the mystic wilds of the Northeast America, and it was very fun. So I'm going to tell you about it right now. We went to go check out Necronomicon, which was a pretty interesting event. If you don't know, it's a writing convention that celebrates H.P. Lovecraft and all of the spooky shit that goes bump in the night. And it's in Providence, Rhode Island, which is a place I've always wanted to go to myself. And so when my friends wonderfully asked me to join them, I did. Exactly. I joined them on this adventure. And so the first place we arrived was Providence, Rhode Island. And we arrived Thursday to the con, which was greeted. We did miss the welcoming party, but we immediately jumped into it when we went to this bar called the Red Door and Narragansett Brewery. I'm gonna butcher that no matter how many times I say it, but it was really fun. And this 3-story bar was really cool. It had a custom beer as well. I didn't end up actually keeping my can. I know that some of my friends on the trip did, but I didn't want to lug it around for the rest of the trip, and I didn't feel like it. Didn't feel like something I wanted to grab. And looking back on it, maybe I should have, but it's too late now. But yeah, no, it was interesting. Pretty cool vibes. Made friends with the bartenders, some of the people at the event, and it was fun. And then they had a stage outside. And in the middle of all of this happening, the group dressed up in cultist Cthulhu monstrosity garb walked onto the stage and started yelling stuff at the crowd. And it was completely themed. It was very weird, but it was fun, and then it just led into the night being more fun and weird. Something I did learn from Providence, besides the fact of being yelled at by homeless people that same night, lots of really nice people in Providence, Rhode Island, not gonna lie. Friday, we started the day off by going and checking out the vendors. And the vendor hall was not the biggest vendor hall, kind of smaller than a lot of the other ones. It was just one building, one room, but honestly, it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of really fun stuff in the actual vendor hall. Some of the stuff I really liked was these voodoo dolls that were carved out of wood and shaped like hooks. Those were really cool. There was a bunch of really pretty paintings that were made. And then there was this stand that had all this jewelry that was gorgeous as well. This one person was doing dead wood structures out of epoxy and stuff too. That was really cool. And then I found this one guy that was doing artist paintings of neon colors of different H.P. Lovecraft stories and stuff. So I bought one of those, which you can see right here, and I really liked that a lot. It was really fun. And then as we progressed more through, there was just statues and statues of other stuff. And I came across this one stand that was really cool. It was all these clay kilns statues that were of these monstrosities, crab-like creatures, super creepy, gory looking things. And then they had this goofy looking rabbit guy too, which I loved. And this massive statue too with the dragon on top of it, which I thought was awesome. There was also this Dr. Seuss book collection of different H.P. Lovecraftian stories, which was kind of goofy and I liked as well. The whole time this event was going on too, I was dressed up in a almost cultist Yellow King garb, Arabian garb the whole time. And my friend Phil did actually dress up as well. And he was wearing a fishman cultist garb too, which was really fun.
The fishman needs his water. Yep. Tactical cult.
Kind of just dicked around. I hung out town mostly Friday in the costume, and the whole weekend kind of dicked around, jumping around in town and stuff while I was dressed up. Unfortunately, I was one of the only people dressed up. I was warned about that not really a lot of people dress up, but hopefully, maybe with me dressing up and going so hard this year, maybe in the next that's every other year, but maybe next time more people are gonna be dressed up. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen. But yeah, after that, I did end up getting one thing besides the poster. I ended up buying this really cool, nifty pocket watch which has like all these like ruins and stuff on them, and like has like the symbols of like different HP Lovecraftian monsters and stuff, and deities. Cthulhu's on here, I know that. Yagath or Yazgoth. I'm not gonna say them. I don't know them very well, but it was very cool. I got it. I've been wanting a pocket watch for a very long time, so I got one. Let's go, and it's really cool. I did like it. And then after that, we went and checked out one of the first panels that we saw. I only saw 2 panels the trip, but the first one I saw was Strangely Speaking, the Weird in Audiobook, Radio Play, Podcast, and Other Recorded Media. And that was being run by Sean Branney, Juicy Garland, Kevin Joyner, Linda Jones, and T.L. Wiswell. And honestly, it was pretty fun. It was really insightful. It was nice to hear an insights onto the weird for a field that I'm kind of a part of. So it was interesting to hear, watch, and then they also talked about D&D too, and like creepy with Delta Green and other like stuff, which was really fun. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now with one of the sessions I'm running. So I quite enjoyed that whole panel. It was very insightful. And you can check out their descriptions below. I should have most of their stuff down there. Speaking of T.L. Wiswell, though, after the panel, we went to her Shadow Puppet show, which was the Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath, which was a show that I've always known about but never really heard about, because I know it's like cute, like cats saving like a woman from like unknown horrors or whatever. So going in, I kind of knew it was I was expecting, and seeing it, it was cute and I liked it. But I think the execution was kind of off and a little bit weird. It was interesting because they had like a projector, like one of those like old middle school projectors. You remember having those boxes that your teacher would put the different slides on in the middle of the classroom? One of those. And she did mention that they were missing a couple members of their production that couldn't make it. So it seemed like the show was a bit not rushed, but botched a little bit. And I really would like to see it again, given the chance to, and see it in full production. Because I saw what they were trying to do, and I really enjoyed it. And there were moments of it I really, really enjoyed. But then there were also some parts of it that I was like, okay, this is probably better than it actually is right now. And so then after that, we spent the most of the day kind of just exploring the area around our hotel. And we ended up then going to HPLHS's Dark Adventure Radio Theater, The Shunned House, which was a very interesting story, very good. I never actually heard this one, and I quite enjoyed it, actually. The story was creepy, fun, and who doesn't love a spooky house that might eat people, you know? Anyways, you can check their stuff below as well. That was kind of Friday, though, and we moved into Saturday pretty quickly with our walking tour of Providence, where we actually did see the Shunned House as well at one point, which was pretty neat. Takeaway from the walking tour, Providence is gorgeous. It's old, pretty, and cool. And awesome. And honestly, I'm jealous of all the people who are going to school there. Because, God, that is a fucking cool town to be. Yeah, I go to school in Providence, Rhode Island. Oh, yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, quite enjoyed it, though. And then we also went to this, like, not creepy, it was like an old, like, library that had this fountain sit outside of it. And apparently if you drink from the fountain, you're destined to return at some point. So I drank from it, naturally. So hopefully I'll be going back again sometime soon. After that, after our walking tour in the afternoon, we did see another one of the HS shows. We ended up seeing the Temple of Jupiter Ammon, which I have to say is probably my favorite of the shows that we saw and of all the panels I saw. It was creepy, it was campy, it was goofy, had that 1930s Indiana Jones hijinks bullshit, and I quite enjoyed it. It was very good. I thought it was very good. And after that, we ended the evening off with going to the Water Fire Festival, which was very weird too. Cool as well, but ambience-wise, it was very weird having like tribal music playing at the same time as like these like cauldrons of fire were floating on the like river, and every now and then you'd hear like pop music too. It's very odd, very surreal with the lights. And then also to add to it, there was like Lovecraftian creatures who were people dressed up and were funny looking, like also helping restoke the fires, which was really bizarre to watch. And apparently also it's like the first time in like 10 years that both of those things have happened at the same time. Something like that. I don't know. It was really cool. I really liked it. And if you ever get a chance to check it out, I really highly recommend it. It was really nice. It was really quaint and relaxing and tranquil almost. It was very weird. I felt like I was in a trance the whole time I was there. Which is funny considering, you know, all of like the creepy H.P. Lovecraftian stuff. And then there was Sunday, which was the last day of the con for us. And Sunday was cool because I went to a panel that morning called Super Weird, which was ran by Gillian Daniels, Kenneth Haidt, Eric Nunnally, and David Quarez. Quarez? Something like that. I'll have their stuff below as well. And that was fun. It was just, is exactly what you think. Super weird, you think of superheroes, and that's what it was. It was just a panel about how superheroes and the weird, the creepy, the otherworldly, unexplainable things get put into superhero stories like comics and movies and cartoons. Personally, I really like Justice League Dark and the Marvel's Werewolf by Night, so I quite really enjoyed both of the entire panel itself. And that also harkening back to me running a session that is essentially Power Rangers Grimdark in a like cryptid-esque world. I learned a lot from that panel and it was really fun. But that was basically the event. After that, we hit the road and started the camping adventure. And we started it off in Salem, which is a fucking place I've always wanted to go to. And Salem was awesome. I really, really enjoyed Salem. It was very culturally cool. I quite enjoyed the city, the life, the vibe that it gave me. The only weird thing was that it seemed a little too theme parky to me, which is funny considering it's like August, so imagine Halloween for them is probably crazy. And the biggest thing I got there was I got a tattoo. I got a little spider there. So that was like the biggest takeaway from the trip. From that was me going to Salem, a town I've always wanted to go to, with me having an interest in witchcraft and all things that go bump in the night. And also, when I got the tattoo was the night of a full moon and the night of the super full moon. So I got that tattoo with meaningful meaning behind it, so I'm really happy about it. But that wasn't the only thing we did in Salem. We also went on a ghost tour, which, despite being really lackluster, the freak storm that came out of nowhere and made the ghost tour end early was pretty fun. We did get an EMF like reader too, which disappointed me immensely because I've never used one and I've always wanted to use one, and it kind of just seemed like it went off on anything.
I might have broke it. I think I broke it, guys.
And then didn't go off on anything.
Don't mind me just ghost hunting in a rainstorm at a abandoned mansion. In case I don't want to find anything. I don't think this thing even works, so.
So it seemed really cheap, felt very plasticky and fake, and I was very let down by it because it was like $5, and no, it was like $15 actually, and it felt like a cheap toy to make a kid happy, which I was having fun with it. Then we went camping after that. It was camping in Acadia for the rest of the trip, and I fucking loved it. It was beautiful. Stunning weather. Acadia is magical. It's mythical. It's so bizarre. I miss the smell of the brine and the pine. I can show you some of the footage here with the hikes and everything, the views, and God, it was some of the best views I've ever seen. I'm ever going to see. There was one point where we saw, it was like late at night, and we went to go see the moon, because it was not full, but it was like a red moon, and the moonlight on the water. I stood there and stared out in the water for a good 10 minutes. It was stunning. I was in awe. I wanted a painting of it, how beautiful it was. But that's pretty much the whole trip. It was wonderful. I would recommend checking it out. The food was fantastic. And now we're back for some more regular scheduled nonsense. So if that's of interest to you, come on by, stay a while. We got streams. I stream 4 days a week usually, maybe 3. And you can check out the Twitch channel if you want to. I also have a Twitter and a Discord. I'll see you all very, very soon. And as always, friends, stay frosty. Bye-bye. Goodbye.